What is up, everyone? Apparently, StreamYard decided not to give me a countdown this time, so hopefully my face didn't look too stupid while I was trying to start the recording. What is going on? If you are here, you're here with me. Lou Betya is here. The man, the myth, the legend. All I had to do is say his name, and he appears.
Hey,
Guys, if you're here with us, it is happy hour on Friday. Work is done for the week, man. Let's get that stuff out of your head and let's focus on some amazing fights. UFC Vegas 72. Lou, how's it going? You excited for this card? As of now, I mean, our first three fights are catch weight fights, but all three of them, or at least the two weight misses, are still on the card.
yes, I'm thrilled about this card. But, you know, this is the world we've picked, and we will do our best to navigate through these waters of this ridiculous card.
The Trey Waters?
Well, we'll get to that fight. I mean, if anything, like, you know, you're going to be valuable here because, like, what do you do with some of these fights, man? Like, so, like, I already know. Look, this one fight that I have a bet on, a track bet. We'll get to there, but let's go through it, Monk. Let's go.
Sounds good. Shout out to Londo in the chat, Nandalal in the chat, Eric the Red in the chat. Thanks, guys, for joining us, spending time with us on your Friday. First fight of the night, Lou. One of the catch weight fights I was alluding to. Haley Cowan missed weight by 1.5 pounds, coming in 137.5 for her bantamweight fight against newcomer Jamie Lynn Horth. Actually, they're both newcomers to the UFC, Lou. I'll go ahead and start this one. I'm not going to play this fight. I mean, I'll probably have more Jamie Lynn Horth than Haley Cowan, but Cowan, I mean, in her Dana White Contender Series fight, what's up, DFS by the numbers? Brady in the house. 2 points a minute is all she scored in 15 minutes. She won that fight, but didn't even score 61 points, Lou. So I don't have any numbers really for Cowan, but the ones I do have are terrible. Jamie Lynn Horth has 5 pro fights. I mean, this is a super low-level competition here. I'm going to go with Horth, but I'm going to hope that the winner scores about 60, 70 points, and I will be fine with fading this one. Probably not, but any bets on this one here?
I'm just glad he's here for math because I will fucking math the fuck out of this. Like, so I don't understand this. Like, so Horth got, like, you know, this market. Let's talk about the market moving. Just been Horth
Sure.
bets. Horth bets like all motherfucking like week. Like she's moving up in weight here. They're very similar, like, in terms of being terrible. So if you're gonna bet this fight, it's got to be Cowan at this number.
Yeah,
but like they're both like slow. Cowan's more athletic. She's gonna be the bigger fighter here. Dude, just don't bet this fight. And also, like, I'm not convinced it's gonna happen. Because
the fight in general, yeah, exactly.
So I'm not like, that's why I'm giving you no energy for this fucking fight. What's up, Easy?
It deserves no energy. That is
like,
true.
I'm giving you no energy for this breakdown. It's like, oh, cool, Haley Cowan. Like, great.
It's funny you said that because I brought up, I compared someone to an energy vampire on Wednesday's show. I can't remember who it was, but there's a few fights that just suck the energy out of the building. And this one's at the Apex, Lou, so there's hardly any energy to be sucked out, if you will. Next fight. This one is kind of the opposite. It's a very low level fight, but in my opinion, one you have to target. Journey Newson going against Marcus McGee off here. Do you like anything you see from McGee on tape?
No, he stinks, dude. Like, it's another fight. Like, don't bet this fight like McGee. So McGee on tape. If you like want to wiki cap him, he has like a lot of KOs, but they're like volume KOs against guys with no strike, like Cachoeira level striking defense. He's not like one punch knocking anybody out. He's like volume KO. What I want to say here is, I wonder if they made this really quick. Like, I think they must have known that Kelleher was compromised because it was like Kelleher out, this guy immediately in. Like, I wonder if like some weird shit was going on behind the scenes. I'm never betting Journey Newsom at ever. Yeah. Like, I don't know what number you have to give me to bet him. Like, plus 1,000. I mean, all right. But like minus 190, are you crazy? And McGee seems like I'm not even worried about like the short notice. Like, dude's been in camp like for other fights in LFA and shit. He's all right, but he's like, it's McGee or pass here. The problem is, this is where I need you, buddy. This is the epitome of a free square fight, and it's miserable. So
Yeah.
like you have to play. Do you have to play both? Sorta.
Well, this is I think the exact salaries. Probably about a year or so ago, we had Rafael dos Anjos and Hanato Moicano, 7,307. What a fight that was. That was an absolute free square. Moicano scored a gazillion RDA scored a gazillion points. This is exactly like that, except the two guys we're talking about are probably terrible. Journey Newson, I mean, just 1-3 in the UFC. List all the stats out. Journey Newson only looked good, decent. He did not even look good. His only win, well, if you take Pilarte out, was Fernie Garcia. Unimpressive. Marcus McGee, like you said, been trained. I'm not really concerned with the short notice, and the line would reflect what you said about Kelleher. Something was going on, and some people knew about it, and then he got pulled from the fight. At least that's what that's what it seems like if you look at the history. Here's when a fight becomes an unnatural salary, meaning it does not add up to 16,200, someone makes optimal lineup 81% of the time, and that has to do a lot with guys, late replacements getting very low salaries, fighting guys that already had low salaries. That's exactly what we have here. I think you have to play this fight. It sucks because you just don't know what side to play. I mean, Journey Newson could come in and be like, oh, Marcus McGee's never had a UFC fight, and here's why, and then makes Marcus McGee look bad or just wins the fight. Marcus McGee could come in here and make Newson look like you would expect Journey Newson to look like. And so you're just going to have to play. I'm personally leaning like 60-40, 70-30 on McGee because Newson's ownership is almost 50%. It's crazy ridiculous. So that says you just got to go under. Who was it? Someone was asking. Londo was asking. He is very chalky, almost 50%. Like I said, between 45 and 50. Just go under that for Newson at 30 some, and put a ton of Marcus McGee in because someone's probably making the optimal lineup here. 73 and 72. How high do you have to score to make optimal? So, yeah, it's a shit show, Lou. It's an absolute shit show. Yeah, I mean, me too. Shout out to our guy Tommy. In fact, Journey Newson might actually be the only fighter that follows me. He randomly followed me like a year and a half, 2 years ago. I barely knew who he was.
Maybe he's like a sex deviant who loves dudes with beards.
Yeah, maybe so. Hey, I'll take it, man. I'll take it. Got to get that follower count up. You know how it is. So, yeah, I like McGee here, but just play the fight. I mean, 73 versus 72. What is there? Don't overthink it.
Yeah, you got it. This is.
Yeah.
You have to roster this solely because of like the fucking uneven shit.
Yep.
But that's why I'm glad I'm not the DFS guy.
Yeah, it's rough, and especially easy since last week we had a $47,500 optimal. So it was either 5 or 400, one of them. Extremely low. You left over almost 2.5K on the table to get optimal last week. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, man. Cards like this. Here's another one. Our third and final catchweight fight. Irini Alexieva just took herself right out of contention, in my opinion, if she wasn't out already. Going against Stephanie Egger. I love Egger here. Alexieva missed weight by, 4 pounds. She has 5 professional fights. She's 4-1. Her strength of schedule is worse on the card, Lou. 52. Stephanie Egger is beating women in the UFC. She's losing to women who have fought a ton in the UFC. Stephanie Egger has the UFC experience. And on top of that, when she wins, Lou, she scores extremely well. So I'm going to be paying up $9 to $9,400 to get the second most expensive fighter on the card this week. She's made optimal lineup in 2 of her past 4 fights. I mean, 107 points per win. I absolutely love that. Hopefully she'll come out here and show Irini Alexieva that there's levels to this, even though, this is probably what I would consider a low-level fight. I think Egger is levels above Alexieva. Hopefully she just doesn't get arm thrown around judo style by Irini all day. But I don't think the weight's really going to have much to do with that. I think Egger can get her out of there and just avoid the head and arm throw, and we'll be okay here. So give me Egger at 9,400. What do you got for this one?
Yeah, before I give a pick here, have you used like Chat GPT or any of these fucking things?
But like, I don't think I've clicked
This is
on it.
me
I don't think I've
hijacking
actually
the show.
used it.
This is me hijacking the show. Have you never
Sure.
used it? So all I
No,
do
not
is
really.
ask it. I ask it like, who do I bet in this fight? Do you like this chick's titties? And these are the questions I ask ChatGPT. You know what it tells me? Bullshit
What's
answers.
that?
Like bullshit answers. It doesn't give me like fucking Skynet shit. It's like
No.
like it gives me does not compute like constantly. And I'm
It's like
like,
might as well be a magic 8 ball.
so I'm like, everybody's like, man, AI is taking over the world. And I'm like, why can't you tell me if this chick's titties are great? This is weird.
Yeah, it should be objective.
Like, yeah, but it should. But after you ask it like 7 times, isn't AI to the point where it should be like, yes, Rob, they're great. like should it just answer me to be like, if you're so smart, if you're an AI, just tell me what I goddamn want. Yes, Lou, they're the best.
Exactly.
All right. So anyway, should Egger torch this chick? Yes. Should it happen in round 1? Yes. Round 1 submission plus 400 is kind of shitty. I mean, yeah, but an omoplata takes rounds to get to that point. I don't know, man. I think Egger should just crush her. Like I saw people on the under, and it's like, dude, you just like you're being a pussy here, man. Like Egger's just like absolutely like, dude, Egger losing to like Silva Buena. She's good though, but Silva Buena's
Right.
like really good. Alex Siva is like barely, and I mean barely, a contender series level fighter. So I think Egger gets this done. Sub 1. Let's go.
I would hope so, because she's going to be in a metric ton of
Dude,
my
hold
lineup
on.
this week.
But hold on. But like, what's it before Parker Porter's this dude he's fighting next week? Just hold on. It's his name. Hold
It's
on.
Jamal Pogues, yes or no?
No. It's like a
Oh no,
ridiculous...
that's Michael Patrick Porkins that's fighting him.
No, it's like an absurdly Braxton Smith. And I'm like,
who the fuck is Braxton Smith?
Braxton Smith is the dude you fight first in any UFC game. He's like large black guy that's jacked, that has like no skill.
He'll just
like,
knock you out.
And he's the favorite. And like, I'm never like, I don't even know why we're fucking talking about Parker Porter on this channel. I thought Brady's a dick. Like I thought we banned all talk of Parker Porter. Yeah. Yeah, Brady, we're not talking about Parker Porter. We're talking about on your channel. That's great.
We're talking about real fighters like Irini Alexieva.
If you guys want to bring him up on probability because you have to, great. But I do like 900 shows a week, and I don't want to bring him up at all. This is a great fight, but this is a fight I'm very excited to talk about. Go ahead, Monk.
Cody Durden going against Energy, one of the worst nicknames ever. Charles Johnson. Why don't you start us off here? Cody Durden, the big underdog at this point.
So I gave away my favorite bet on the prop show with the Chronic Combat guys. I love the draw bags here. I love
draw bags.
I love yam bags like a motherfucker, and I love the draw, and they're correlated. So before I even explain that, for anybody betting this fight, I think Durden wins round 1 at like an insanely high clip, like a 90% clip. And I think Johnson wins round 3 at an insanely high clip. How you guys think round 2 goes? I mean, round 2 is the fight. Like, I think Durden, I mean, Johnson, like, if you want to look at his fight history in the UFC, the Zalgas fight is like the one that's most telling here. That's most relative because Zalgas won that fight. Like, I mean, he didn't, but also he won that fight. And like, what's like, could Durden tire at the end of the second round? Maybe. I think, like, if gun to my head, I missed the number on Durden. I'd say Durden at the number. Just give me whoever the underdog would be in this fight. But I think Yambag's is super live here. I think the draw is like crazy live here, dude. I'm not even joking. Like, so for the show, I'll say Durden. In terms of DFS though, Monk, you can't play Johnson, right? Like at all.
No, and that's exactly right. I'm preferring not to play Johnson at 8,700. He's like the 5th most expensive fighter on the card. Plus, Durden's numbers, DraftKings numbers, are almost all better than Johnson's are, and he's way cheaper. Durden has made the optimal lineup in 2 out of his past 4 fights. Yes, one of them was against JP Bays.
Holy shit!
What's up, Eric? Good to see him, bug. Oh, good to see him. The other one, Orichi Lang.
Orichi Lang?
Orichi Lang was the other first round win, I do believe. No, that was a decision. Who did he beat in the first? I don't have a clue. Doesn't matter. Either way, Cody Durden's numbers are much better than Charles Johnson. His defensive numbers are fantastic. And the ones that I am most interested in, what was it? Cody Durden scores, I think, 5.12 points per minute inside the distance at the weight class. And Charles Johnson allows 6 points a minute inside the distance. So I'm right there with you, Lou. I think
Johnson
the first round
never
goes
fought JP
to Durden. Who?
Johnson never fought JP Buys.
No, Cody Durden.
Right. I'm saying is Johnson's metrics would be a lot better if he fought JP Buys.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you've seen pictures of JP, every picture, he just looks super sad. And you found out why. You found out why he was looking so sad. But Cody Durden scores almost 3 points a minute between takedowns and control time. Charles Johnson allows like 2.3 points a minute in those categories. Give me Cody Durden for the big wrestling and grappling upside, as long as he doesn't get clipped or death gas like you were talking about in the second round or so. I think he's a great play at 7,500. I'm going to have a ton of him. And probably
Can I just say the gas? Can I say the gas tank concerns of Durden, I think, are overblown? Like, he looked good against Mota. That was his last fight. He's very young. Like, look, I don't know how much I care about his personality, but like, he had no gas tank issues against Mota, which I think is a really comparable fight. Johnson's fought Mota. Like, I think Durden like can manage his tank a lot better. Like, everybody's like, oh, his tank's terrible. It's like, dude, his first fight in the UFC, like, he didn't manage his tank. Well, we've seen that with like a million fighters, dude. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
I know a lot of people on round 3, Charles. I don't know, man. Like, look how Durden gets finished. Either by flying toe hold to Jimmy Flick or to Makayev, who kind of hit him with like a crazy sequence. So,
yeah.
I don't know. I think Mota's striking and Johnson's striking are really like comparable. I think Durden can just kind of make it his fight here. So, gun to my head, Durden, but I'm betting props, split decision, draw, yam bags, all the nonsense.
It is a nonsense fight, so it makes sense. Speaking of nonsense fight, and I'll just start this one off. Jake Collier, really, he calls himself the prototype. That is that's interesting. Going against Martin Buday. This fight sucks. It is absolute garbage. I'm probably not going to play it at all. If I do play it, it'll be a little bit of Buday, but even then, the dude scores worse than, I guess somebody we haven't talked about yet, somebody coming up in the co-main event. But he's one of the lowest scores on the card, 74 points per win. And it's only 2 UFC wins, but they've both gone 15 minutes. And Chris Barnett, actually the Barnett fight did not go 15 minutes. I take that back. It was a 3rd round finish. Was that a technical decision? I don't remember exactly.
There was a yam bag shot in the 3rd.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Jake Collier, I mean, he scores okay, 4 points a minute, 93. I'm just not interested in this, man. I think Buday it's going to be the same thing as we always get with him. He's just going to hold him up to, exactly. That's exactly right. Buday's probably just going to hold him against the cage, maybe, land a trip I could see, and then just lay on Jake Collier for the remainder of the round. Yeah, I just this fight sucks, man. I'm not looking forward to rostering it. If I have to, I'll roster the cheaper guy who I think is going to win. But even then, I'm going to be way under the field on this fight for sure. Are you betting this in any way at all?
No, dude.
No,
I'm never betting
of
this.
course not.
And I won't even bet you handbags here.
No.
No. I'm
Well,
like,
they might not. They have to be able to kick.
No, like initially, this is my handbag fight because I was like, bah, this is a fight, and I'm like, nope. So let's just move on. What's up, Justin?
Shout out to the Spearmint Rhino reference.
Yeah, I mean, I
know that reference.
I have money on that, but I have money on this.
A fine change of entertainment clubs.
But I do have money on this fight. So,
yeah, this is a good one. Patrick in the chat. Brundage round 2 sub incoming. He's calling it. I love that. We're going to talk about that one at length, I'm sure. But first, before we get there, Josh Quinlan going against newcomer Trey Waters, the 6'5" welterweight. Why don't you start us out here? What's your action on this one?
Yeah, so I don't think Waters is good. He stinks, actually. He's really tall, and like that's it. He's tall.
Yep.
Great.
He's tall.
Like, I'm sure he has lots of sex for being tall. But he doesn't have lots of sex for being a good fighter. And I think we're getting like Quinlan's gonna like the fraud check on Quinlan's coming up. It's just not this fight. Waters has a lot of tall man defense. Dude, Waters just fought like last couple of weeks and he took damage, dude. He got knocked down. Like, he's not good.
Right.
I think Quinlan can like fuck this dude up like badly. And like, I've told you guys so much that like I hate betting against dudes and they're like they're undefeated. Like, I don't like betting in the distance props. Dude, I mean, Waters like could have been finished twice by bums. Like, Quinlan's not like the worst. Like, Quinlan's gonna like if Quinlan hits Waters like he's been hit in 4 of his 5 fights, he's done.
Yeah.
So
agreed.
Give me Quinlan to get it done early. I mean, I see Lando saying Waters is gonna be low on. I mean, like, I don't think you can completely ignore Waters as a DFS play. He stinks. He's terrible, dude. Like, dude. I knew a guy that used to go to strip clubs and tell them he was Christian Leitner. You know who Christian Leitner is? Do you know who Christian Leitner is?
Oh yeah.
This dude was like this buddy of mine was like 6'8". He's fat.
Christian Leitner.
And he'd be like, "Oh yeah, I played for Duke. Like, I was just, you ever heard of Christian Leitner? I'm Christian Leitner. Look nothing like, dude. This is like this thing.
I have a gold medal for doing nothing."
Dude, he used to bang like all these chicks that thought he was like an ex-basketball player solely because he's tall.
Oh my god, he could have put an accent on and went with Tony Kukoc as well.
Like, I had to use my personality my whole life. I'm a midget, dude. I mean, I never had like that fucking I'm 6'6" shit. Dude, if I was 6'6", me and you wouldn't be here if I was 6'6". I'd have been in jail, dead, AIDS. Like, I had something. Not here, but like, fucking A, man. Trey Waters is like some fucking giant. But then like, I would imagine like a woman would go up to him and be like, "Why are you so fucking skinny, ho?" And he'd be like, "Hey, I'm a fighter." They'd be like, "Not heavyweight."
Who are you fighting?
Like, now that I'm like in this, now that this scenario is in my head, all I can think of is Derek Lewis coming from behind him and be like, "His balls ain't hot. Like, my balls is hot. My balls is hot, ho." And then he would have all the sex. But I don't think Waters is gonna have sex tomorrow night because I think he's gonna be knocked the fuck out in the hospital. I think Quinlan's gonna fucking pull like faux Asian shit on him. He's doesn't he kind of look Asian, but like not really?
Yeah, he's got, and it's unfortunate to mention this guy. Apparently, he's in trouble, but a little bit of David Cho vibes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're all right. You're worse than me. Great. So give me Quinlan by KO.
I don't know what he did. I watched the show Beef. He's in that show.
Well, we're talking about shows. Can I recommend a quick show? Jury Duty. Jury Duty. Did you hear about this?
With Pauly Shore?
No.
The movie from the 90s?
If you think If you think I would recommend the Pauly Shore Show, you and I have to discuss the future of this show. You think I would? No, it was like it's like a fake jury duty thing. It's on Freevee. If you have Amazon, you have it. It's a dude that got, he went to. They said, "Oh, we're going to do a documentary about jury duty for a real case." So the juror is real, and everybody else is an actor or actress, and the whole trial is fake. Dude, it was brilliant. James Marsden, do you know who that is?
Yeah.
So he's one of the guys, but he's playing like over the top, like, oh man, the paparazzi's all over me. It's great. And like the judge is not real, but he has like a legal background, like, so he understands like court. It's fucking brilliant. Sewage Joe from Parks and Rec is one of the jurors. So it's brilliant. And like and the Marsden thing is great because he's like such a dick that he makes this dude, he's like he has like a huge dump in his room, and he's like, maintenance comes in and he goes, "Hey man, like, can you tell them that like you did that? Like, I can't have them because they're gonna recognize me because I'm James Marsden." And this dude just ends up being like the greatest, nicest guy. And he's like, it sounds like the maintenance guy's like, "Yeah, that was me." Like, it's amazing. So jury duty on Freevee. Look, it's 8 episodes. The whole thing's like less like 4 hours. They're like a bunch of half-hour episodes. It's tremendous. Like, it's great. And yeah, just I want to recommend that one. It's really fucking funny. Like, you can knock that out in a night if you're bored.
Oh, easy.
So move on next fight. Or unless you didn't.
Well, yeah. Excuse me. This one's super easy, and Easy said it perfectly, man. I agree. I will have a ton of Quinlan in my lineups at 8.5K. He treated Jason Witt, pretty poorly there. That was fun to watch. But Jason Witt has, and I know he's a lower level UFC fighter, but he has fought UFC guys, been in the league for a while. So putting him down was a good look for Quinlan. He scored well in that fight. I think he can get inside Andre Waters and do the same thing. The dude's cut weight twice in 2 weeks now, and he's made it both times. So, kudos to that for sure, since 2 fighters couldn't seem to do that. But I think that's too much, a guy in the 6'5" frame. So give me 8,500 Quinlan. I will have a bit of Waters just in case, because Quinlan has 2 minutes of UFC fight time and anything could happen. But I'll probably be under the field and well over on Quinlan. I think he's going to be pretty well owned, but he might go a bit under the radar because there's some guys around him that people are going to be playing a ton of. Next fight.
Hold on. Can I just tell you,
since
we already talked about this fight, I'm like, Magic's my friend, right? Like Magic MMA.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw a tweet. Free pick UFC Vegas 22. 2 units, disgusting fuck Collier in the distance, plus 350. He's so fucking funny, dude. Like,
that's perfect.
Sorry, like,
disgusting.
Dude,
that's so
like,
funny.
I'm like looking at my Twitter, and all I see is like disgusting. And it's not even 1 unit; it's 2 units on, and I'm like,
holy shit. That is too good. To call someone disgusting just makes me laugh. Marcos Rogerio de Lima going against Waldo Cortez Acosta. Speaking of disgusting, this one could be disgusting, but it also could be decent. I'll start us off. I like Rogerio de Lima here for DraftKings. The guy's made optimal in 3 out of his past 4 fights. Scores very well. Cortez Acosta 2-0 in the UFC against, who do we got here? Chase Sherman, Jared Vandera. Add Harry Hunsucker to the list. You've got the ultimate
Lord Hunsucker
of the shittiest heavyweights that have ever fought. So yeah, I'm not too impressed with those names. On top of that, he's gone to decision in both fights, and also less than 3 points a minute, 74 points per win. So even at 7,600, I'm not too interested in Cortez Acosta. Yes, Rogerio de Lima is 37, but it's a heavyweight fight. Age, like Aaliyah said, age ain't nothing but a number at heavyweight. You know what I mean? It's going the opposite way. 37 is like a flyweight's 26. So give me Rogerio de Lima. I don't think he's done yet. I think he can possibly finish Cortez Acosta. Maybe we'll just see. Really, I'm playing the optimal trend. He's 3 or 4 times optimal. Optimal fighters fight optimally. You've heard me say it a million times. 600, so optimal 35% of the time. 65% win rate. I like de Lima here at 8,600. Lou, what do you got for this one?
Oh, you have to know I have nothing on this one.
Nothing. Yeah, I was gonna say it's got to be nothing.
It's funny because so Brady and I talk early in the week, and like I see these lines, and like I was like, man, shouldn't DeLima kind of fucking kick his ass? And as the week went on, it's not that I changed my tune; it's more that I was like, why would I bet this fucking stupid fight? Right? And then I saw Wheezy was on Acosta, and then Brady's on DeLima, and I'm like, yeah, hold on. I like Dixon. Hold on, what is this? Can we?
Yeah.
Mitch,
guess what Mitch rhymes with? Come on now.
Hey, Dixon.
What an asshole.
If you want to clip this for your coworker, Mitch. Hey, Mitch. You fucking suck, pal. There you go.
Fuck you, bud. People got shit going on other than you, Mitch.
And I'm a guy on a monetized channel that people follow on Twitter. So I'm credible.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah. You're just a shit coworker.
There you go. I like Dixon. I by the way, Dixon, I'm still waiting for fucking 9 of these fights to have real props for the same game show. This is fucking horrible, dude. Dude, this is horrible, for same game shit. By the way, if anybody in chat hates a coworker, let us know. I can do a 10 second clip. I'll do a 10
we
second
should
clip.
actually start. We should do that. It's like a candygram, but
it's like Cameo, but for fucking retards.
Dude, I think we just did something. We got to mail this to ourselves.
Yeah, I can't wait for the post office to be like, here's your idiot concept. I'm not betting this fight. I've gone back and forth on it. So I'm going to tell you right now, if you want to make a bet on it, I guess Acosta decision is plus 450. I feel like, could he win that way? Probably. Great. Don't bet this fucking fight.
Yeah. Easy. And that's on the main card. Wow.
Lazy. DraftKings is just fucking lazy, dude. Next week, for the same games, I think they'll be out a lot earlier.
They better be for the pay-per-view.
If you were DraftKings, are you in a rush to put out same game parlays for this fucking? Nah, you're not. I don't really fault DraftKings for this, but give me a couple, dude. Give me
something.
Maybe...
Something. Give him something. I agree. Here's a good fight. This is a something fight. Oh yeah. Do you need to go?
Hey Daryl, you suck, pal. I know Daryl.
Fucking
He's
asshole.
the worst. Him and his brother.
He is
Daryl,
the worst.
And his other brother Larry.
His other brother Daryl.
The worst. He thinks because he co-coaches a baseball team, he's something. I'm a credentialed baseball player, pal. Tommy, clip this for Daryl. Tell him he sucks. And he should pay for our beers the next time we see him.
Yeah, for sure.
This is
Julian
the fight I care
Erosa.
about. All right, here we go.
Juicy J going against Fernando Padilla. Why don't you start us off here? What do you got on this one?
Yeah, so initially I was like, I'll take anybody against Erosa, because Erosa got knocked the fuck out by Caceres. And I looked into it a little more, and I'm like, man, Padilla hasn't fought in so long. And if you watch any other shows this week, they're like, well, Padilla's basically like Erosa. Well, I'm here to tell you, he's actually not. It's weird. I don't know why people are this is lazy. Other cappers out there are being lazy. He's not. His grappling's not as good. His striking is better. His chin is completely better. So they're really nothing alike. They're only alike in the sense of they're exciting fighters. They're not alike in terms of their style. So literally every other capper out there is wrong. Just in case you guys want to know. I never I'm not calling out specific cappers. I'm just saying I think this read on him is weird and it's wrong. On the prop show this week, I gave out Padilla round 1 KO. As did the Chronic Combat Boys. Also go watch the prop show. It's Padilla's win condition. I really favor a Erosa decision as my prime bet here, though, because I think Erosa can get the grappling going. Erosa, I feel like this fight is more similar to Erosa Steven Peterson than anything else, where it's going to be an action fight, but Rosa's going to have a humongous grappling advantage, can have top control, can make this like weirdly ugly. Padilla's never been finished. He's tough. Like, in case I just feel like this is
There we go. There we go.
I feel like this is appropriate for this fight. I'm not betting Padilla, but I'm not going to get a chance to use the fucking sombrero the rest of this night. Unless I'm taking like L Brundage. I guess I can use it for fucking Litless Brunjai. I think Arosa wins this fight at a high clip past round one. If you're nervous about betting Arosa, live bet him after one. You might miss your number or just lay off this fight. But I think Arosa wins. This number is crazy now. Like, dude, he's fighting a guy who hasn't fought in 2 years, making his UFC debut. This number is crazy. Like, it doesn't make sense anymore. Like, I wouldn't bet Arosa at minus like 190 against anybody on the roster. But dude, like, it came down. That's going back up a little bit again. But I think Arosa just fucking steamrolls.
Yeah, and that could be the case here. I'm going with I think your breakdown's perfect. I like Padilla.
Yeah, of course it's perfect. I worked on it all weekend. I'm a goddamn genius.
Didn't you hear me? I used Chat GPT. Yeah, but Julian Erosa at 8,800 is kind of crazy. Also, 3 out of his past 4 fights have been at catchweight. I don't know how much that matters, but if you're just taking 3-round featherweight fights, Erosa is 1-5 in those fights in the UFC. His one win, he did put up 131 points against someone, not even in the past 5, so I'd have to go back and look to see who that is. But I think he's a little bit too expensive this week. If he could get a finish, then he's going to score well, but his chin, obviously questionable. Padilla, if he comes in here and finishes him in the first round, that's going to be a huge score at 7,400. So please believe I will have some Padilla. I might even be picking him to win, but it's probably a bad pick because, I mean, just like Lou said, Arosa's coming in here. He's the UFC fighter. He's got, I don't even know how many UFC fights. 12. He's 6-6, 3-2 in his last 5. Padilla's got no fights at this level, and he's taken almost 2 years off. Now at 26, I forget who I was listening to. Might have been Martian and Ozzy. Shout out to those guys. Fantastic show. If you haven't listened, check it out. They were talking about how Padilla at 26, maybe, that's not too worrisome because at that age, you're really seriously training, even if you're taking a ton of time off. So hopefully that's the case, and Padilla looks decent against Erosa. But I think, long story short, you got to play Padilla. Erosa's you probably have to play some Erosa or else. I mean, 8,800 is just too much, man. But he could score decently. I don't know. I'm probably going to be around the field for Erosa. I'm going to want to see what his ownership is, but I like Padilla here, and I like the possibility of an upset and the upside in that upset as far as DraftKings scoring goes. So I love that for sure. This fight here is one. Now we're in the top 3 fights, Lou. Top 3 fights of the night. And we've got a pretty good fight, in my opinion.
Go ahead. I'm gonna go take a leak. Go ahead with this.
Sure, I'll start this one off. Cody Brundage going against Rodolfo Vieira, the black belt hunter. Cody Brundage 7,100 here. Vieira 9,100. The odds, let's see, we're about minus 230, 240 for Vieira, about plus 190, 200 for Brundage here. Brundage has made the optimal lineup in 2 out of his past 4 fights at middleweight. He did lose to a guy in our co-main event, Michael Oleksiejczyk. That was not a good look for Mr. Brundage, but he smashed Gore, put him in a nasty. Or no, that wasn't the sub. The Dolce fight was the sub. He smashed up Gore pretty good. Before that, I really like the Brundage upside here of 7,100. I don't know if he wins. I've been going back and forth on this one. I think it's way closer. Before Lou goes off on me, I think it's way closer than the line indicates. But really, Vieira could come out here and sub Brundage first round. It could be over quickly, maybe 2-3 minutes. But if Brundage can outlast that, I think his cardio is decent. I think he's got a good chance at doing something in the late second, even third round if this fight goes that long. Vieira did just go to decision with Chris Curtis, but before that, he'd never been outside of, he did go into the third round with Stoltzfus. So I guess his last 2 fights have been taking a little longer than his first few in the UFC. But we all remember what happened in that Fluffy Hernandez fight, and that is hard to overlook. Every capper's bringing that up. Every capper's bringing that up this week. It definitely wasn't me. I have been a Gore hater for quite some time.
It was Clint.
Yeah, so that's a long way of saying I think you got to play this fight. I like Vieta early, and which means he'll score well. Or I like Brundage as the fight goes on, and at 7,100, any points that Brundage puts up, and he's got some decent wrestling as well. Should be the better wrestler in this fight overall. Has a chance to put up decent points at 7,100. So give me some of both sides. And like I was saying, I think this one's a lot closer than the line indicates. And I've been flip-flopping, man. I've been on Brundage to win. I've been on Vieta to win. I keep going back and forth. Maybe whatever Lou is about to tell me will convince me one way or the other.
So, all right, let's get this out of the way. I'm like 100%.
I know, Jenna, I swear this is coming back. I've been so busy lately, but starting with the pay-per-view next week, we are doing it. We're bringing it back.
Okay, so I am 100% completely biased here. For those of you guys that don't know, we've interviewed Brundage on the channel like twice.
Yep.
I have a friendship with him. Like we talk, me and him like talk regularly. He's my friend. He is. I think he's like, I don't have like, I'm not like some dude that like knows all these fighters. I'm not an interviewer. I'm not a media guy. I'm just a fucking bro, like with a YouTube channel that does shows. Cody Brundage is like the one dude that I've become friends with. That's like a fighter. So I like, just before I say what I'm going to say, I'm 1,000,000% completely biased here. Okay. He did take down Olajaychuk. Like he controlled him for a few minutes.
A few times, 3 times.
Like he looked good in that fight until he didn't. And then Olajaychuk is the more established striker.
Mm-hmm.
But he had moments. What I want to say here is that there's this narrative that Brundage has to kind of survive the first 5 minutes and that Vieira's cardio is going to like go down. Okay, well, like let's look at Brundage's history. The Maximov fight, he took on 3 days' notice and he took it up a weight class, and his cardio looked good, and his cardio looked good in the 3rd round. So his cardio is fine. Okay, he went after Gore. He had Dalcha right where he wanted him. His plan was get bonked in the face for a few minutes and then choke him out, and he executed it perfectly. Cody goes after people, man. Like he's not a guy. Like, so this whole narrative, he's gonna wait out Vieira. I mean, I don't think he is, dude. I think he's just gonna fucking go kick his ass. Like, I really do. And in terms of the striking, I don't want to cite like insider knowledge or whatever, but like, dude, his striking is like, that's all Montoya. Like, they're working on that. Like, his striking is going to be better than, like, he's going to have a striking advantage here. And Chris Curtis sucks, dude. Like, Chris Curtis is a bum. Hold on. I'll do this for you. Let me do this for you. Let me do this for you right now.
I love how that's just on tap.
Chris, I even edited it. I'm like, all right. So I'm leaving this up here for you guys right now. Chris Curtis is a bum. He's a crybaby. He's a dude that like, I didn't win because my opponent didn't fight my fight. Congratulations, Chris. Like, you're a fucking bum, dude. You're a fucking bum, dude. Like, everybody's like, oh, man, Vieira responded really well to body shots. He gets like a pillow-fisted bitch, dude. Like, I fucking had it with Chris Curtis. He's not good. There's a reason it took him this long to get to the UFC. He's just not a very good fighter. So, giving me this logic that, Vieira took body shots and couldn't take Chris Curtis down. He ain't taking Brundage down. He ain't taking Vieira. He ain't taking Brundage down. My boy, Cody Brundage, is going to fuck Vieira up.
Woo-hoo.
Fuck him up. I'm calling round 1 KO. Fuck him up. His striking is going to be better. He's more athletic. His beard looked sick today. Vieira's, dude, I know he's this dude that struggled to put away Stoltzfus. Dustin Stoltzfus stinks.
Yeah.
He's better than Chris Curtis, though. Chris Curtis is a bum. And Chris Curtis, if you're listening to this,
I was going to say, our show is about to be on his Twitter. This is going to be great.
Curtis,
somebody clip this shit. We're all clipping the whole show. Send
bro,
it to us.
I weigh 161. You want to fight at 170? I'll eat a couple of steaks, son. Let's go, dude. Think I'm worried? You know why? I already know how to beat Chris Curtis. You know how you beat Chris Curtis? Frustrate him. Just frustrate him. Just run. I'll just run away from him. 5 minutes. I'll just run away from him for 5 minutes. And it'll be like, to give me the finger, give the crowd the finger. And then, you're going to hear from the crowd? Lou. And then it's going to play. And then it's going to play. I am a real American. And then Lou. And then I'm going to win the second. And it's going to happen in the third. Hogan Andre. Monk. Here comes. The body slam heard around the world. I drop the leg.
Oh, the big leg drop.
I'm going to drop the leg. And I win by pinfall on the third. And then the ref's going to say, just so you know, you actually can't win a fight by pin. But the judges will know. It's done.
Yeah, but we hate Chris Curtis that much.
I mean, like, if Cody faced Curtis, he'd fuck him up, dude.
I love it.
He would. That takedown defense of Chris Curtis, Cody just fucking wrap him around, chuck him on the ground. As the Iron Sheik would say, make him humble. Camel clutch.
Speaking of Iron Sheik, I just saw the clip of him on Jerry Springer that's going wild. R.I.P. Jerry Springer.
Oh, man. R.I.P. to the legend. The salt of the earth. Jerry Springer. R.I.P.
Yeah.
Mr. Jerry Springer. All right. Anyway, Cody Brundage.
I love it. I'm putting, just based on that, I'm putting even more Brundage than I was.
I may have
even
to send this to him. Like, I don't know his feelings.
I'm with you,
Curtis, but like, dude, he'd fuck Chris Curtis up, man. He really would. Yeah,
I'm with it. Hold
on, Jerry. Thank you, Dixon. That's like a perfect. By the way, no, you guys are like Lou by Yandbags, Lou by Split. No, Lou by old man fucking want. Dude,
we have made it. Co-main event, Lou.
I'll take that. I'll take him out.
Let's do it. I'm excited for that one. I'll buy that pay-per-view for sure.
I hope he's watching.
Kyle Bahayo going against Michael Oleksiejczyk. Why don't you start this one off? Who do you got in the co-main event? I think there's only one way to play this one.
I have a good bet here. I'm pulling up DraftKings right now for it. So Kaio and him to get one takedown in the first is even money. Mm-hmm. That is my recommended play here. That's it. Oh, we can pull the banner off now. I'm not being controversial anymore. I can pull that. Kaio money line and one takedown in the first is plus 100 on DraftKings. So I kind of feel like Lando's saying he really should get a finish. Yeah, he should, dude. He could. Should he? Yes. Should 1,000,000% get a finish. Will he? I don't know. I can't trust him. And dude, his sub props like plus 170. Like, I can't get behind that. Like, for a guy that hasn't shown. And even on the regionals, he's not like shown huge finishability, which is funny because he's always getting in great like positions for submissions, and he's like, eh. So I think Barrio gets a takedown immediately, and then if he subs him immediately, you win your bet. It's just Kaio and a takedown. So to me, it's a good way to cut down a minus 300 favorite into plus 100. But let's talk about the DraftKings side, Monk, because does he have great ups? Like what's his scoring? Like his salary versus, and you hate the salary. Or you like the salary? This is 96.
I love the salary, but I even like Kyle Bahayo. I want him to do well. I hate Kyle Bahayo when it comes to DraftKings.
Like Oleksiejczyk's, like his floor is like 0, but his ceiling wins you $100,000. Right?
Exactly. I'm going to be under on Bahio. Last I checked, I think he was like 45% owned. Somebody had him at. I'm going to be well under that, I think. And I love Bahio and the $9,500 salary. But the guy scores 78 points, not even per win. And that's not like one's really low and one's really high and one's in the middle. He put up 75 against Muradov, 9K. He put up 80 against Petrosian, 8,900. And he put up 77 against Godzi Omargadzhiev, 7,800 was his salary that day. And now he's 9,500, and you're expecting me to pay that much for a guy that can't even score 80 points. Like you said, he has multiple times, multiple ways to finish guys, and he just doesn't do it. He just throws the body triangle on sometimes and then just, backpacks them, much like Aljo did with Jan, and he just is not trying to finish. He's not landing shots. He's not doing anything except just going to decision and winning easy decisions, frustrating his opponents. So I like that. I might like him for cash, but even then he doesn't score well. Michael Oleksiejczuk has the numbers that you wish Bahio had. He's made the optimal lineup in both of his fights at middleweight. Yes, one was against Sam Alvey, and the other one he looked decent against our guy we just talked about, Cody Brundage. Either way, he's got really good numbers at middleweight, and overall, if you throw in light heavyweight fights too, he's almost 110 points per win. So if he clips hides this one early, exactly, he's got the Polish power, man. He hits people and they go down, especially at this weight class. So if he brings that to this one and does something to Bahio, yes, the $6,700 salary has a 4.8 win rate, a 4.8 optimal rate. But this is the 1 week that I'm going way over. I think Michael Oleksiejczuk's ownership was 9% right before we came on the show. 9%. I'm going to be easily at 20% of the $6,700 salary this week. Easily. Probably well under for Bahio. So that's just how I see this one. I'd be shocked if Bahio made optimal. I'd be glad in my heart of hearts, but my DraftKings lineups will not like it. I'll tell you that much.
Let's
finish it off.
I just sent Cody the link, and I'm like, I may have just talked crazy shit on Chris Curtis.
I may have just worked you into a fight against Chris Curtis after you get this win at Vieta. That would be so funny if that happened. Holy shit. What if he beats Vieta? Imagine Mike, and he says, shout out Lou Betya. I want Chris motherfucking Curtis next. Oh my God. I would shit myself. Let's finish it off, man. Ricky Simone, main event of the evening, going against Yadong Song. I'll start us off here. I love Ricky Simone.
He's getting something to eat, by the way. He's not coming on the show. I thought I could I thought I'd get him make an appearance. I'm like,
that would have been amazing.
Shit, dude.
Ricky Simone.
Worth a shot, right? Hey, I'll leave this
100%. Yeah, exactly.
Worth a shot, man.
Dude, 100%. Shit, maybe we can get him on after he gets this big win. Ricky Simone, I'll keep this one simple, man. He scores better than anybody on the card, basically, in his last 5 fights. Made an optimal lineup 4 of his past 4 fights since 2021. Only 2 other people have done that. Jailton Almeida and Andre Petrosky. That is it. So Ricky Simone has a chance to be the best DraftKings performer overall with win and a shot on the optimal lineup this week. Everybody's talking about Song's, striking, and I get it. It's super good. But in his past 5, in his wins, he scored less than 92 points. At 7,800, that's okay, but not really where you want to be. I'm going to have a ton of this fight, 90, 95%. But I'll be 75-25 on Ricky Simone, man. He's only 8,400. He's one of the 3, I just told you, he's one of the top 3 DraftKings performers out of 831 fighters that I'm currently tracking. He's top 3. And I get these numbers: 5.2 points a minute, 110 per win, 12.6 value, 3.2 points a minute in takedowns and control time. I get all these points for $8,400, man. So give me Ricky Simone all day. I think he wins the fight in a decision. He scores amazingly. He's putting up 111 in 3-round fights, Lou. This is a 5-round banger. Yes, Yadong's coach knocked him out. I think it was kind of a, I'm not going to say fluke, but I don't know if I would see that happen if they fought 10 more times again.
That's his hero, dude.
Give me Ricky Simone, man. Exactly. This is it. Optimal fighters fight optimally. Tommy's got that tattooed on his forehead, so that's exactly what it is, man. I'm pulling for Ricky Simone, and for all the times he's made the optimal lineup, Yadong Song has made it 0 out of 5 attempts since 2021. 0 times optimal. And he's never like 9,500. He's 7K, 92, 84, 8,000, 8,800. Never optimal. Lou, how are you playing this main event?
So, since Tommy's still here, I feel like this is important to say before I get to the main event. So, we were talking about like YouTube views and shit today, and I said like, oh man, like these guys put their shit behind a paywall. And Tommy said the only way I'm watching something behind a paywall is if it's two girls, and I immediately said, and one cup, right?
And what? Right.
And I'm just letting you know that Tommy, I literally broke him at. He lost his fucking mind at the bar. I broke him. He completely was broken. He's not going to deny this either. I broke him to a point where I asked the bartender, I'm like, do you have a factory state Tommy available? I broke this one. He's completely useless. I broke him. And he was like, and people were like, what the fuck did you say to him? And I'm like, well, it doesn't matter what I said to him. Like, I fucking broke him. And he was like, he's like, dude, he was dead. So I love when I get to hit those moments. Okay, so last week I liked the Simone side in a 3-round fight. See, dude, he was like literally like I completely shattered him. It was great. It's my goal ever. It's just to fucking break somebody. Then when they rescheduled it, I'm like, okay, I figure I'm not going to get a good number on Simone. And then I got like a better number on him, and I'm like, as an old gambler, I'm like, fuck, dude, what's this? Like, what is this? Like, why am I getting a better number? Why do people think this 5 rounds favors Yadong more? And ultimately, I can't go against my instincts here. That like Simone, like if you want to go against like most impressive, oh, he got knocked out by like Faber. Okay, let's talk about like their most impressive performances ever. Simone's against Shore is better than anything Song Yadong's ever done. Like I mean that. Better in the striking, timed every grappling entry against a good grappler was like perfect. I think Simone can get him out of there late. I really do.
I love that.
I'm not getting greedy. I think Simone's like minus 120. I like Simone. I like him to get it done here. If you want to ladder the overs in like the same game, that's great too. I don't think Simone gets him out of there early. If anything, like Song Yadong's he's durable, and you can talk about what you want about the Sandhagen fight. He took damage.
Yep.
Well, who the fuck says Ricky Simone can't like put damage on him? Like we've everybody. No, I love this narrative like on MMA Twitter from all these fucking expert cappers. Well, yeah, well, it was because of this. It's that. Okay, but dude, he got finished, and he got finished legitimately. He got finished because he was getting fucked up.
Yep.
Am I wrong? Like
not at all. Doctor stoppage means you got fucked up.
Dude, Sandhagen, by the way, Ricky Simone against Sandhagen, like, I think would be fucking great. And I hope that's the next fight. Because Sandhagen really can't get a title shot. Like,
either that or he's going to run it back with Merab. He's calling Merab out.
Yeah, what did he say? I heard you're hungry and I'm delicious or whatever fucking. It was awful, dude. Like, whatever he said, I'm like, man, like, get him like an evil Mid-South wrestling manager just to talk for him because like he's not allowed the mic ever again. I don't think Song Yadong has decision equity here. Like, I don't. Like, if he's winning on the feet, it means that he's getting a knockout.
I agree. Yep. This is exactly what I was saying on the Wednesday show.
And I think that Simone can like. I'm not worried about his cardio over 5, dude. Remember he lost the fight after the Faber one. He lost to Ray Borg.
Yep.
And he didn't look right. I think that the Faber knockout like kind of fucked with him into the next fight, and then he snapped out of it. I think that Shore fight was like what he is now. Like this is like final form kind of shit.
And that would be huge.
I think he's so well rounded, and I also think he's intelligent. And I think that I don't think he's going to stay on the feet too long with, like, he's gonna make this like incredibly uncomfortable and pressure. Yo, Wiz does.
Wiz does. That's true. He does.
Okay, Dixon thinks he's compromised, but I don't. Like, I think he'll be fine, dude. I think Ricky's a fucking ass kicker, man. I really do. I like Simone here. If Dixon, if you're saying you like song round 1 KO, I mean, if you like, I'm telling you guys right now, if you like the song side, you better off betting him KO. Like, I just, I don't see decision equity here, but I like Simone here, man. I just can't go against my instincts here. I do think he gets the grappling going, and I think his cardio is fine. So he's been
shades of Marab is never a bad thing.
I mean, I think the 2 extra rounds favors Simone. God. Like, it's crazy to me that like this line moved the way it did. And by the way, guys, and I'm Clint's friend, but Clint's got 5 units on Yadong Song. Just saying. Just saying, bet accordingly. 5 units on him, bro.
That's a lot, man. I wouldn't even have 5 on Simone, probably.
No, I'm saying. Dude, I have 3 max bets this year. You want to know what they are, Monk?
Huh.
I have 3 max bets. I have the same game parlay I did with Gilbert Burns and 1 touchdown. Takedown. 1 takedown and Gilbert Burns. Nailed it. I had 8 units combined on Bo Nickel round 1 sub and the under parlay stuff. Nailed it. And then I had the 2-leg parlay of the Batista under 1.5 against Guido Canetti and the Span Krylov under 1.5. Those are my 3 max bets. Both under 1.5. Those are my 3 max bets I've made this year. Nailed all of them. I'm kind of close. Clint's going max bet against Yadong. I don't want to say I'm going like max.
You're close to the other side. Oh shit!
But I'm like, well, I haven't put any of the bets in yet because the money's still like I haven't missed any line value. I'm like, I'm waiting. I'm kind of debating like going kind of heavy on Simone here, dude. This is like 5 rounds is better for him, and he's never gonna respond, dude. He didn't want a piece of this. What's he gonna do? Complain on Twitter? What's he gonna do? Dude, I'm 45 and I'm Italian. You know what we do? We fucking fight. You know what he does in his generation? Well, I'm not happy, sir. So I'm gonna go on Twitter. I'm gonna say things. Okay, great. I'll Twitter you my address.
Give you the double bird in the octagon.
I'll give you my address. Show you who the king of Dublin is, son. Bitch. Dude, what is I got chunks of guys like you in my stool. You know what that's from? Can you name what that's from?
I can't remember.
It's Phil Hartman imitating Sinatra.
Oh yeah.
And he's like talking shit about Billy Idol. Calm down, Idol. I got chunks of guys and he's talking about Sinbad O'Connor. I got chunks of guys like you in my stool. Well, my name is Lou Betya. But you know what's going to happen, Dixon? You know what's going to happen? Chris Curtis and you will recognize their tribal chief.
Oh, man. This show's gone off
God
the rails.
Mode. Greatness on a different level. God mode. The one.
Is that a thing? Oh my goodness.
Do you know who Paul Heyman is? I'm playing.
Oh, I know who Paul Heyman is. I just didn't know that the God mode was like a saint.
I'm doing Roman Reigns. Dixon 1,000,000% knows that I'm playing. Unlike you, Monk, I play to our crowd. This is why I'm a fucking megastar. I've been called the Bad Bunny of Friday 5:30 shows.
That's true. That is true. I've heard that.
Sign us out of here, son. Let's go.
Name one Bad Bunny song before we go.
I can't name one good Bad Bunny song. You know that song he says?
I can't name any of them.
You know that song about him? Come on, man. You know the song he does about the things with like the guy and the.
He was in Bullet Train. That's all I know.
Oh, he's the guy that.
Bullet Train.
Come on, dude. He does the fucking thing with you know what I mean,
Yeah, he
right?
does the thing.
Is it? Doesn't he sing?
Yeah.
What's that? The Mbop? Isn't that him?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's him. Him and his brothers.
Like Bad
Pretty
Bunny
sure.
and then Bad Hansen and then yeah.
And
I'm just saying.
bad
Like,
company.
by the way, for the record, so do you know he's like wrestling now?
No. He seems giant. He seems like a giant guy though, so I'm not surprised.
He's literally like a fucking midget.
Is he? He looked big in the movie. That's all I know. That's literally the first time I saw him. Like, who is this guy? And then the credits roll. It says Bad. I'm like, oh, that's Bad Bunny. It's I'd never.
No, no, he's well, I mean, he's against pro wrestlers, but like he's like really small compared to him. But he comes off like really well, and he's actually like he fought at WrestleMania like a year or two ago. He's like he actually takes it fucking seriously, dude.
Oh, nice.
Like it's weird. Like Logan Paul, like I fucking hate Logan Paul. But Logan Paul takes it super seriously. Like I'm not rooting for Logan Paul as like a, human. He's really fucking good, dude. Like he's a super talented. Like he's mega talented at wrestling. Like he's really fucking
Seems
good.
like from the couple clips I've seen, it seems. I mean,
But
he's
Bad
jumping all
Bunny
the way
is like,
across the ring.
but dude, like Bad Bunny fought like the Miz was like who he was fighting against. And like, dude, the Miz is like whatever. You know who the Miz is?
Been around.
Right? But Miz is really good at like kind of knowing his role and being like making himself look like an asshole to make other guys look good. Like Miz is like dude, like I respect that so much. Miz is like a jobber, but he made Bad Bunny look like a fucking world beater. And Bad Bunny's like doing top rope shit, like, but he's taking it seriously, dude. Like, and
That's
he gets
good.
on the mic, and he
should.
gets on the, but he gets on the mic, and he doesn't even pan out of the crowd. He's like, I'm gonna kick your, like he told the dude fucking Damian Priest, like, fuck you, like basically fuck you, dude. Like I'm gonna kick your ass. He's not panning the crowd. He just ran in the ring and like kicked his ass with like a fucking. He's like, dude, let's go. So I love, but dude, he plays a good role. Like, hey man, celebrities have a really, like they can have. If celebrities take this shit seriously, there's a role for that. Like, and it's great mainstream shit for wrestling, dude. Dude, Logan Paul fought Roman Reigns in Saudi Arabia, and there was zero chance Roman Reigns is losing. and they made this amazing match out of it where you actually were like, oh my god, are they going to give Logan Paul a title? Like they actually did it so well. There were mid-seconds where you're like, fuck, dude. Logan Paul's
maybe it's going to happen.
Logan Paul's like really fucking good, dude. He's like an excellent athlete. It's crazy. And he knows how to be a bad guy. Like he just knows how to like be like knows when to look at the crowd and be like, oh, you hate, like he knows it.
Right.
I know, but that's like an art form, man, dude. You can go out there and do like 9,000 wrestling moves.
Oh yeah.
But he's really good at like getting the crowd to hate. Like he's did it, and he already signed like a contract for years. If Logan Paul sticks around, he's going to be the champion like one day.
That would be crazy.
Because it'll be crazy mainstream things, and he'll be like he will be the most hateable fucking dude ever. And I'm kind of rooting for it, man. Like it'll be funny as shit. Of course I remember Paige. Come on. All right, Monk, let's get out of here, man.
Sounds good, guys. Thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it here on this Friday, 4:30. We got you done in a little bit over an hour for this 11-fight card. Hit the like, hit the sub on the channel, and be sure to check out Brady's got a show coming up next and everything that we've put out this week in regards to UFC Vegas 72 so you can hit your bets and make those DFS picks. Guys, you can find me at MonkMMATics. Check out my game theory video. As I said, Salary Voodoo will be back next week. And Lou, tell people where they can find you, and we'll get the hell out of here.
Like you're gonna find me in the graveyard if Curtis like takes the challenge for real. But or I don't know, man. Dude, I mean, what's the fight against? What are my odds against Chris Curtis, dude?
I bet you open plus what? Plus 350.
That's not bad, dude.
It's not bad.
Dude, I got vet savvy, man. I got vet savvy. Dude, I got vet savvy. Dude, if we're fighting on the street, dude, if we're this is a street fight.
Oh, it's all over.
I'll tell you right now. Street fight, I ain't plus 350. Street fight, I ain't plus 350, dude. I ain't going for takedowns. I ain't plus 350 in a street fight, dude.
Hell no.
I'm even money in a street fight, dude. Even in my current condition, dude, you fucking hoes have no idea what I'm capable of. I'm gonna do the same game parlay show. Dixon, I know Dixon is one of the dudes been on me for this, dude. They're giving me nothing. I have 3 fights I can actually make actual same game parlays. I want to do the show. I'm gonna release it tomorrow morning because hopefully the main card will have literally the fighter props, with everything. I have a couple right now I can release that are plus 100. Monk, I ain't about plus 100s.
No,
my life ain't about plus 100 bets.
It's not good enough.
It sucks. No, DK is it sucks, dude. I don't want to do a show and be well, if they add this, and then I don't give you odds. So I'll do it tomorrow morning. I gotta wait until they give me the fucking shit.
Yep.
Yeah, I got Henry Zuckerkorn. He's very Zuckerkorn. He's very good. I got or as Weezy said, I got Bob Loblaw.
Bob Loblaw's Law Blog. You got to keep up on that.
He's ready to rep me. So I'm just waiting for that. Prop show. It's Chronic Combat was fucking hysterical. They were fired up. It was great. Way funnier than it was great, dude. They were fucking fired up and stoned and drunk. I was sober, which was the worst. But it actually made the show weirdly so more weirdly entertaining. I'm like, oh, are you guys fucked up? I'm sober. This sucks. And that's it. And check out my bet MMA tips. I only have 1 bet in right now. That's Cody, by God, fucking Brundage in the distance, and a round 2 prop. I will add a couple tomorrow morning. Dude, hey man, I've been gambling for 20 years, man. If I'm hesitant, it's for a reason. Yep. It's the kind of card where
you don't force it.
Well, Simone, I'm gonna hammer Simone. The lines have been going a little bit up and down, but even minus 120. Dude, by the way, Simone and over half a round gets you plus 110. So the line movement's not going to affect really what I do here at a base bet, but I'm going to ladder the fuck out of Simone here. I love him. So let's go, Monk. Let's get us out of here.
There we go. As usual, we want all of you guys to enjoy the fight. So enjoy, and we will see you in the next one.